Hi, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Rose, and I am a success and confidence coach. And I am here to talk to you today about, can you feel happy without your desire? No, this is not about settling and giving up what you want. Do not get that mistaken, okay? However, I want to talk to you about the importance of getting real with yourself on checking in and making sure if you're not faking this and you're not pushing and forcing yourself to be happy and forcing yourself to be in a high vibration so that you can get what you want. And I want to talk to you about this from a couple of different angles. One, there's a Wayne Dyer quote that I recently heard that just really nailed it. Two, I went to a funeral today, and it was for one of my really good friends, and her mother passed away. And I want to talk to you about what I learned by sitting there and where the inspiration of this video came from and how it relates to you getting what you want and you actually having a life that you are going to love waking up to. So, for those of you who are new, thank you for being here. Welcome. My name is Rose, and I am a success and confidence coach. And I love to help people get out of their own way by awakening to themselves, their authentic selves, and fully accepting who you are and liking and loving that person that is within you. Okay. Because that is from where you want to build a life that you want. You don't want to build it from just forcing, faking, and tricks and techniques and loopholes and back doors and all that stuff, because trust me, I've done that and it does not last. Okay. It just doesn't last. So let's get into this. Okay. And I do offer email coaching if you're interested. And if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, I do that in 90-day increments because I don't want to see you I don't sell Band-Aids. Okay. And I said this when I used to do therapy, I don't sell Band-Aids. I don't just help you get something and then move it along. It's I help people actually understand and learn themselves and how to transform their lives. And if you watch my content, I am literally giving you all the tools that you need to do this internal work. And if you want to sign up and work with a coach, I highly recommend it. So let's get busy, shall we? So the quote that I heard from Wayne Dyer is, if you cannot appreciate where you are and what you have right now, that the thing that you want, the thing that you're manifesting, when it comes, you will not appreciate that either. It will not be long, he says, that before, if you get the $1 million, the person, the car, the job, whatever the house is, it will not be long before that thing loses its luster and you stop appreciating it too. And you will want more, not in a healthy way, but that thing will no longer bring you any satisfaction, and you'll pick at it and tear it apart again, or you'll demand from it, whatever it is. It doesn't matter if it's a person or a thing. You'll demand from it, you'll blame it, you'll use it as an excuse. It won't be long before you will not be able to appreciate that thing. You might be able to temporarily because you're excited, but it won't be long before you will find a way to destroy that thing that you manifested. So that is such a powerful statement of saying, and appreciate doesn't mean be grateful, you little brat, right? Like I said in another video about, if you haven't watched it, go watch it, about guilt, gratitude versus appreciation. Very different. Okay. Appreciating is loving and liking what you have, where you're at, loving and liking yourself more importantly than anything, right? Accepting yourself, approving of yourself, valuing yourself. These are all core beliefs that we can change, and we can change them pretty quickly, right? But most of us have these core beliefs, but we also have so many other beliefs within us, right, that I can't identify every single one of them on a YouTube video. No coach can. It's not possible. That's why, all of us offer one-on-ones, because everyone is so different. It's a unique case-by-case basis on every person. So I can only speak to in general terms, with this content. Even if you throw a comment on my YouTube video, it's still, I don't know you, and I can't give you the information or answers with just one question or comment on a video. I do my best, but going back to appreciating is where you're at right now. If this is not enough, your life, if it's not enough, if you feel like the money you have is not enough, if you feel like your relationship status is not enough, if you feel like it's something's always missing and that you need that thing, or you really, really, really have to have that thing to be in your life so that then you can take a deep breath and feel better and go on to the next thing, right? Then that is a clear sign that when you do get your manifestation, because I'm not saying you can't manifest it without, uh, you can be non-appreciative and just feel like nothing's enough and still manifest. I'm not saying that you have to do this. What I'm saying is if you are still in that mode and you haven't changed your concept of yourself, you will lose that thing. You will hate that thing. You will blame that thing. You will expect that thing. You will choke that thing, whatever it is, a car, money, job, person, anything, right? It will literally run away from you because you haven't taught yourself, if this is you, if this is not you, then this video is not for you, right? But you haven't taught yourself yet how to be happy, content, satisfied within yourself with the way things are right now. And a lot of people are afraid to do that. And I just made an Instagram post about this today, um, about this very thing, that we're taught to keep asking for more, to want more, to chase more. There's fire trucks going on in the back. To chase more, to want more, right? And it really helps marketing. It helps society. It helps stores. It helps anybody that is selling stuff to make more money, right? Because we're in a society of wanting, chasing, right? More bling means more success, right? It means we have been taught that bling or relationships and having stuff and having things gives us value, gives us a sense of worth. It's like it shows that you're accomplished, that you're important, that you have status, that you're amazing, all of those things. So we are taught this. It's not that we're bad for learning this and even practicing this, for however long you've been doing it. But we've been taught this. In school, you're taught to get good grades. In school, you're taught to be quiet and be helpful and share the swing, right, at the playground, and share your snack, or right, to share and to not ask for more and to not be a greedy little bastard, right? We're taught all these things to get good grades, and if you don't, then you're punished and you have to try harder. So we're set up like this since we're little to want more and more and more and more, because that means that I'm good, I'm valued, I'm worthy, I'm important, I have status, right? And it's in all cultures, in all countries. I've met people around the world, and I was a flight attendant for 5 years, and I traveled quite a bit around the world, and I can tell you that it's no different than it is in one country or the other. It's just in a different language, and then they value different things. So especially with in the Latino culture, in different cultures, but my mom's Latina, and I was raised in an environment where if you didn't have a man to support you, that you weren't going to be okay. And you weren't going to be set. You weren't going to be safe. You weren't going to be protected from the evil world and evil people around. That you needed protection, and that you needed the man to give you money and to make sure that you are going to have a future and die old with someone to take care of you. And these beliefs were like literally implanted since I was little. And it wasn't just my mom, it was all Latina moms that I grew up around. My aunts, my cousins, even the men, same thing. It's like, oh no, we need to protect you until someone walks you down the aisle, kind of thing. It's like, what the hell? Talk about raising victimized people. So this is where we get that I need more, I want more so that I can feel okay, right? So that I can feel safe, or I can feel secure, important, I can feel status, I can be respected by my community. So we're not taught to feel like anything's ever enough. Like literally, we're constantly moving to the next thing. So how this ties into manifesting is if you are in that feeling of it's never enough, you are literally sending out a message to the universe or to your higher self to give you more evidence of not enough. So, in other words, you are asking for evidence to support the beliefs that nothing is enough. So then you will have more experiences, more feel more let down, whatever. You will literally subconsciously manifest things, not on purpose, but subconsciously manifest things to really back up your beliefs that it's never enough. So, this is why it's so important to focus on where you are right now and find ways to appreciate or love, like whatever word you want to use, and tell yourself, it's like, wow, I don't want to make someone else feel like they're not enough, that they can't keep up with me. I don't want anything in my life, whether it's money, a person, or whatever it is. I don't want to walk around my whole life feeling like I can't be satisfied. I don't want to walk around my whole life feeling like it's not enough, right? Because I know many of you have been raised in families with parents or caregivers who have really like pushed you out of their concern and love for your future, and it's like never enough. Like, you bring home straight A's, you bring home this big golden trophy, and they're like, that's amazing, what are you going to do next? Immediately go to the next thing instead of wow. Right? Wow. When my son was little, I quickly learned to switch. I am so proud of you. I would tell him that, because that's what a lot of parents do. Instead of that, I would ask him, how do you feel getting that trophy? How do you feel getting those good grades? How do you feel? Because what he was looking for was feeling wanted to hear pride from me, right? Because this is how we all learn. We seek approval and validation from our authority, from our parents, from our family, from our culture, from our boss, we seek their approval, and it's just never freaking enough. So then we walk around telling the universe nothing's enough. So if you are one of those people, I strongly suggest to you, I invite you to get real with yourself on this and ask yourself, what's enough? So today, the other thing that ties into this today too is I went to a funeral of one of my really good friends, and her mom passed away. And um, it was so funny. All these cool manifestations happened on the way there, too, by the way. But I'll bring those in later, because they were just really funny and really cool, and how we're always being provided for and divinely guided, no matter what, no matter what. Um, so, but I went to the funeral service, and it was a couple hours long. It was really long, but it was a pretty small church, but it was packed. It was standing room only. Every single place that had a place to sit was taken. I think there must have been over 500 people in there. And when I walked in, I immediately felt all the love that was in there. I immediately felt all the love. And I only knew two people in there, my really good friend and a friend of hers that I had met one time. I didn't know anyone else in there. And I went in there, and I was just looking around, and I was just so, and I wasn't sad. I was overwhelmed with the amount of love that I felt coming from all the people in there. And as the people went up there and spoke their eulogy about the person that had passed and whatnot, and I listened to all the stories, the consistent story. Someone wrote a poem. So many people spoke on behalf of this woman, and the one thing that they had all in common to say about her in so many different ways, because people that didn't know each other were speaking about this woman, that no matter what happened to her in her life, no matter what the heartbreak was, no matter what she would lose, no matter what she didn't have at the moment, no matter what physical ailment happened, no matter what happened in her family, no matter what was going on in any way, she had learned to be content within and carry a smile within. Even in because she died in a lot of pain, according to my friend, and she had a lot of physical ailments. And she said, even in her deathbed, she said that no matter how much pain that she has ever felt in her body and in any otherwise, she said that she was able to still smile within, that she still always carried a smile within herself throughout her whole life because she felt it within. Now, these people are very religious and they have a strong faith in God. And so they spoke from that perspective, right? And that's okay. And so for her, that smile within was God shining within. She knew that God was within her. She knew that no matter what was happening outside to her body, no matter what was happening financially or in her family or any otherwise, that she had learned to feel content within because she knew that everything was going to be okay. And in fact, one of the songs that they ended up singing during the service was a song called "Everything's Going to Be Okay," and everybody was like, it was like a funeral. It was a very cool funeral because they call it a homecoming, right? That the body expressed itself into this physical form, and that the body is going home to be with God. This is what they believe. But it's beautiful, right? And our bodies do die, and the expression of it dies, right? But who we are does not die. It's eternal. It never dies, right? So it just continues living. It doesn't die, doesn't go off anywhere who we are. However, the point of that story is that she learned to be content within, and that woman lived a very happy life. In every picture, every time I would see her, anything I would see about her, she always had a smile on her face. And it's not because everything was going her way, because she had taught herself to be content and smile within no matter what. And the beautiful thing is that her daughter is exactly like her, my friend. She's exactly like her. She's the most wonderful, beautiful person. Always just love. You can just, the love oozes out of her. And it, for me, I sat there and it reminded me of this Wayne Dyer quote, is like, if you can't be happy or content now, and I'm not saying that you have to be giddy and high vibe all the fucking time, because that's some bullshit that some coaches out there say, that you have to be up here all the time or dominant at the time. It's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. It means being content within and satisfying with who you are, that you're enough, that what is in your life is enough. It doesn't mean that you don't want more. You want more. Of course you want more. We're here to create. We're here to have more. Okay. However, those things are not conditional for me to feel better, for me to feel loved, valued, secure, any of those things, right? And like, even me, it's like, I remember I had to get real with myself. And I remember I'm like, okay, I got to get real with myself. I am waiting for that. And I said this to myself because I don't hide from my true feelings. I admit shit to myself all the time, right? I said, I have been lying to myself and pretending that this isn't true. I remember now I said this, and I said, I'm waiting for that manifestation so that I can feel okay, so that I can feel secure about myself. That was a big wake-up call, because here I had thought that I wasn't doing that. And when I admitted that to myself, it went right into my belly. I felt it right into my belly and my gut, and instantly was able to shift away from it, because I wasn't pretending or lying or hiding or avoiding, that I actually was in that space of feeling like I needed that thing to manifest so that I could feel good. And the really cool thing is that as soon as you do that, you will feel an instant shift. You will feel an immediate relief. And the self-concept thing, it goes on fire. You will be like, damn. I'm like, what else do you want to get rid of, Rose? Like, what else is in there? Let's have at it, man. Clean that closet out, girl. Because the manifestations will happen. The timing is irrelevant. Some things happen like that for me, okay? And other things, I don't have their appointed hour. Like Neville said, everything has its appointed hour. So if you can get away from trying to speed things up and make things happen in a certain time crunch or time frame, right? And focus on in here, because your desires are promised and they're coming and they have to come. If you saw it and felt it within with imagination, or you had the desire upon you, that's the promise, right? That everything in here gets pushed out and it will happen. It will happen, right? However, what you can do in the meantime, you're like, well, shit, I know the thing's happening, right? I know I'm getting my thing somehow, some way. I don't know when or how. And I don't need it to come for me to feel good right now. I don't need it to happen so that I can feel better about myself right now. I don't need it to come to feel security for retirement or for my next month's rent or whatever it is, right? I don't need it to happen right now so that I can somehow feel approved or wanted or loved or wealthy or whatever. It's like, no, right? No, that's the biggest lie that we have fallen for, that we need something outside of us. And this does take your focus and practice to say, I don't need these things to happen in order for me to feel good. That's the freaking lie. That is like your ego telling you, no, you do need that. You do need that. Otherwise, what are you going to do? What's going to happen? Right? Where are you going to be? Who's going to help you? How are you going to get through this? Where's the money going to come from? Right? You're going to be sad for the rest of your freaking life, right? Whatever it is, that is your ego trying to pull you back in and tell you, no, you do need this. So keep focusing, keep scripting, keep visualizing, keep doing something, because you're going to have to make this happen. You really do need it. And that is where it feels like obsessive, like you're just like, you can't relax, right? So instead, you're like, no, that's the biggest freaking lie ever. You don't need it to happen. So, and the other thing too that I've gone back and forth on a couple times early on and learning in my journey about manifesting and how people's minds work, right? And the question that I get asked a lot is if you have to have 100% certainty and belief and knowing that you are going to get what you want, because if you don't, then you're not confident in yourself, and that you need to increase your confidence because you need to have the complete 100% knowing and belief that you have to get what you want. Big lie. No, you don't. You do not have to have 100% belief. You do not have to 100% confidence. You do not have to have 100% knowing that you can get exactly what you want. So, how many things have you guys manifested? I know you have. Look back at your own personal life. Don't even look at mine. Look at your own personal life and think about how many things that you have manifested that you didn't walk around saying that you had 100% certainty and 100% belief that you're going to get it. I know you have. We all have. I have deliberately manifested things with doubt. Like, part of me knew, I was like, okay, here's a belief. I believe that everything is possible, right? I believe everything is possible. And even that belief, I'm just like, I feel a little bit that is like, is it really? And I'm like, but yes, majority of me believes that everything is possible. Possible does not mean 100% sure. Okay. And I've manifested things saying, yeah, everything's possible, but there's a little bit of me that doesn't. And I'm like, okay, so I admit it, accept it, allow it, right? And also I've had doubt, and I'm just like, there's no freaking way. But whatever, who knows? You never know, right? And there's that. I have doubted things and I've manifested many, 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 many things, many things. And so it's not that you have to let go. You have to not think about it, because somebody posted a question about that too. It's like, am I supposed to not think about my person at all ever? Because if you think about them, that's just pushing them away. No, if you think about them like in an evil, mean way or a needy way, or that you're like, I need them, or that kind of thing, or you're just like, I don't want nothing to do with them because they pissed me off. I'm like, okay, that's okay. Admit all that stuff to yourself, acknowledge that you're feeling all of that. Okay. But then decide what it is that you do want to be feeling. So that's what you want to do. If you think about something or a person or whatever, you want to think about it in a way that you already have it. But you don't have to strip all your thoughts from. That's not humanly possible, to completely stop thinking about something or someone. You can distract yourself. You can think of other things. But let me tell you that if you're trying to distract yourself and push yourself constantly to not think about it, you're already thinking about the thing that you keep trying to distract yourself from thinking of it. Because now you're utilizing this thing to not think about that thing. So that's already resistance. You're already pushing that thing away. It doesn't make any sense. So you do not have to have 100% knowing, 100% confidence in yourself. No one's freaking 100% confidence in themselves. I'm not even 100% confident in myself. And I have counseled and done therapy with thousands of people already. And I have met people from all over the world in different careers, and no one is 100% confident in themselves. It's stop freaking trying to live up to that. Okay. But if you don't have any confidence in yourself, then yes, then you want to build that up in yourself. But don't try to get perfect, because you're not going to. It's not going to happen. You're not going to reach, oh my God, I know without a doubt that I'm 100% confident in myself, because now you're creating this like demand on yourself that you have to be there all the time. Same thing with believing that it's possible. It's like, yeah, or believe that it's going to happen. For me personally, that puts some anxiety on it when I'm like, I have to 100% without a doubt believe it is done. It's like, I'm just like, doo. Oh, is that a bird flying over there? Doesn't do nothing for me to talk like that. It doesn't. So what does something for me is like, you know what? I totally believe this is possible because all things are possible. There's even a Bible verse that says that with God, all things are possible, right? So if everything's possible, okay, I can get behind that. How it happens, I have no idea. When it happens, no clue. And nor is it my job. It's not your job either to know how or when something will happen. That's part of the orchestration, that behind the scenes stuff that's happening that you and I can't see. So why stress about that job description, when it's not our job description? Our job description is to decide what we want and focus on us already having it, and to the best that you can, to the best that you can. This is not about perfect belief, not about perfect anything. It's to the best that you can. And when you even give yourself that permission slip to say, I am doing the best that I can with what I know, I am doing the best that I can, and that is enough. Instead of forcing yourself to do more techniques or listen to somebody else or go to another coach or another video or another book or whatever, it's like, I'm going to stop and I'm going to validate myself and tell myself I am doing the best that I can, and that is enough. That is enough. I already said what I wanted. I know that I feel it, and I can think about it when I want to. I can also think about other things, right? Whatever it is, I don't have to know 100% certainty, because if you feel 100% certainty about something, I'm like, go for it. Right? Just go for it. Like, go you, right? But you got to ask yourself, like, do I believe 100% without a doubt that it is mine? If you feel any twinge in your body, any kind of discomfort or any like sometimes it's in the belly, sometimes it's in the heart area or the throat or somewhere around in your back, whatever, you'll feel like if you say, I believe 100% without a doubt that this is already mine. If you feel like anything, then that's okay. Just admit it. Okay, admit it. Say, okay, then you can switch over to, okay, you know what? The Bible said that all things are possible with God, or that nothing is impossible with God. So I can believe that. That's a verse. Okay, if you want to use that verse, you can, right? You can also say to yourself, I've manifested a lot of things and I didn't believe it without a doubt that I was going to get it. I was hoping that I was going to get it. Like, I know my son wanted to go to, he went to the Kanye West concert in Chicago here a couple of months ago, and he didn't get a ticket and they sold out. And I was, for like a couple of days, I was telling myself, like, he's going to that concert. I don't know how, somehow, some way he's going to that concert, because it was a huge thing. People from all over the world flew in for that concert. And the night before the concert, a friend of his called and said, hey, I have a ticket for you. He hoped that he was going to go. I kept saying, no, he's going to the concert. He's going to that concert. But inside I was like, damn, what if he doesn't go? He's going to be bummed because all his friends went. That sucks. That's called doubt. So I still doubted. And at the same time, I was saying, no, he's going to go. He's going to go. But then I would doubt. So I was just hoping that one of his friends was going to pull through for him. And they did. So don't get caught up in the having to 100% be perfect, 100% belief, because that is just you fighting you. And that is that creating that resistance within yourself of forcing yourself to do something that it doesn't feel relaxed. It doesn't feel natural to you. So don't fight yourself anymore. All right. So, let me just take a peek at you guys. Hi, everyone. I have a pet bird who's having some health issues. I'm waiting for a vet appointment and doing my best to visualize him flying again, but I'm also feeling afraid that I won't do this right. Any advice? Except that you don't know if you're doing this right. Shivani, except say, I don't know if I'm doing this right. I hope that I'm doing this right. My intention is for my birdie to be okay and for it to be healthy, right? And you visualized it flying. You can visualize it, being healthy, and that's it. You're doing the best that you can, right? If you believe that it is possible, because all things are possible to God, all of them, right? So you don't have to 100% without a doubt believe that this is going to happen. Acknowledge that you have doubt, admit it, and say, however, I've manifested so many other things and everything is possible to God. So I'm just going to go with that. Do you see? It'll give you relief. Love. Hi, Rose. How can we tell if we are manifesting something to be happy or just because we want it? Doesn't matter. You can want it. You don't have to have a reason as to why you want something. You can just want it. You literally don't have to have a reason. And I love looking at all desires this way, that they are being divinely downloaded into you. So our desires are being given to us by who? By your higher self, by God, right? By the universe. They're downloaded into us. Like, oh, I want this. So if you want it, that's it. Done. It's yours, right? For whatever reason, your divine self wants you to experience this thing. Why question it? Want away. If you're still able to be happy without it, then it's okay. Yeah, it's like, don't you want to be happy without whatever it is that you're manifesting? Do you want that person or the money or the car to be the cause of your happiness? They hold the keys to your happiness? Ding, ding, ding. And so anytime they want to, they wave them and threaten you to leave. How does that feel? It feels like shit. So instead, don't let someone wave and dangle your happiness in front of you like, well, I'm going to leave. And then what? Do you want to be in that position with money with a person, with a job, with anything? No. And the way that you don't do that is by feeling and your worth, your value, your own joy within without the thing being here. And yes, you can. Let's see. I don't know what that comment is for, so I'm just gonna. Thank you. This is helpful. You recommend listening to feeling twisty for my own health concerns and by visualizing. Heal myself big time. I appreciate words. Oh, awesome. That's awesome. Your bird injured his leg 5 months ago. Visualizing, accepting doubts. He healed, but now something. You guys come up with him. Okay. Well, you've done it once, Shivani. So if you did it once, you can do it again. Look at that. You did it with yourself. You've healed yourself. You've healed your bird already once. So if I did it once, I can do it again. Why not? I can do it as many times as I want to. There's no limit here. We don't have a certain amount of manifestations. We can have as many as we want to. So the whole point of this video though today, you guys, is trying to find your way, your personal way, because there's not a common way to do this, okay? Your personal way of carrying the smile within you, like my friend's mom, like they shared about hers, like finding the smile within you regardless of what is happening, feeling a joy within you, feeling that feeling of fulfilled, content, whatever word you want to use, within you, that you don't need the thing to happen. You don't need anything to change for you to feel okay, that you can feel okay. You can feel joy now without anything or anyone coming in your life, leaving your life, or anything coming into your life. Like literally not a single little thing needs to happen or change in your life for you to feel whatever it is that you want to: joy, wealth, love, valued, approval, healthy, all of it, that you are whole and complete, that everything you want is already within you right now, right? So try to assess yourself and ask yourself, can I be truly happy if literally nothing were to change? Can I truly be happy if nothing in my life were to change right now, right? Because tomorrow everything can be completely changed. But can I be happy right now without anything changing? Can I find gratitude, appreciation, love, whatever it is in my life right now without nothing changing one teeny bit? Or am I holding myself hostage until that thing shows up? And then I'm going to give myself permission to be happy. And then I'm going to feel relief. And then I'm going to feel okay. Because that is very egoic. That is like that conscious mind. That's the lies, right? That's the world of the senses. That's 3D, all of that. That's lies telling you that you need something or someone to feel good, that you need something in your life to change so that you can feel safe, secure, wanted, all of those things, or any of those things. So tell yourself, no, this is a lie. I do not need this thing. I do not need anything to change for me to feel okay now. I want my thing. I want my stuff. Oh my God, yes, it's going to be so friggin' amazing, right? God, that's awesome, right? But I don't need those because I don't want those like being the little keys being dangled in front of me with my joy or my happiness. I don't want anyone trying to threaten and take that away from me ever again. Okay. Hi, Hope. How are you? I was having horrible migraines, dental issues. God, visualize in inner conversation. Things are so much better now. Yay! Shivani, so happy to hear that. That is amazing. What an amazing story. Thank you for sharing that. You go, girl. See, you're powerful. You can do it. All right, my loves. It was so nice chatting with you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.